Hello there. Welcome to the Mischief. This is Vintage Story
Unearthed.
119, and I am a doofus. I ended up playing a good half hour's worth without recording, as I never hit the record button. Yeah, well, them's the breaks, and that's the things that happen. But, that aside, let me catch you up on things. I explored this entire area last episode, and there was nothing there to be found as far as cattails. I even went around this corner and there was nothing. So I ended up going southwest. Along the way, I was ambushed by some pigs, which then became dinner. And yes, I pretty much just have them cooking on the barbecue right now. They had a baby with them, which made them aggressive, and I just threw a bunch of spears at them until they died and ran. Some of them ran away, but still, it wasn't that bad. And I now have a little bit of food to work with. I found some berries along the way, ate those, just to keep my health up. But I also grabbed a whole lot of reeds. Here, let me close those. There are reeds around this entire area quite nicely. And I gathered so many that I now have 3 reed chests. In order to make these, you can look up reed. You can see a reed chest here is made with a lot of these. So it's like, what, 27? Or no, not 27, 24 cattails each for one of these. But when you're done using them and you have a better storage option, you can always cut these up and get some of the stuff back. That aside, I can now store things, and I've decided to move on from that starting area. I made myself a shield, which is made with a bunch of sticks and cattails. This is really nice because just holding on to it in your offhand, while it may make you hungrier, will also give an automatic chance of blocking things up to 1.5 hit points worth for 15%. Then on top of that, if you sneak, you can increase that to 90% and 3 hit points, which means most drifters that will be throwing stones at you will be deflected by your shield. And yes, you can still attack while you have your shield in front of you. I made myself a flint blade with a bone handle, which I got from some of the pigs that I killed, which just increases the durability. Now, not everything can be made with bone handles, but you can see that there's a granite axe, there's a recurve bow, and there's a knife. I also found this little spot out here up on a hilltop. I will show you come morning, and I think as this is cooking stuff right now, I might put the rest of this firewood in here just so that it'll continue cooking the rest of these food while I'm sleeping. I guess I'll show you shortly, so let me have a good snooze. Oh, and there we go. It's morning. This stuff still doesn't like speed up time-wise for that, but at the very least, you know that you can get some food for it. Oh, let me open up the gate, check to see its current rift activity is calm. This is really nice. Really, really nice. Oh, and look, we've got pigs, or at least a pig. If I could trap them into a pit, then I might be able to use them later on. If they have a pig, or if they have a piglet, that could make things a bit challenging. But maybe I could convince them to follow me into a diggy hole. And this is where I make something a little bit more interesting. The more expensive recipe of ladders, which then I can use to escape, because pigs don't climb, but people can. So I'll just put that there to seal it up, plug that in, and then I might give it a little spank on the booty, or snoot, just to get it to follow me. And we'll see if it does. Hey, you. Come here. Oh. Oh, jeez. So close. Come on. Get in the pit. It worked. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't work. It's not in the pit. It's still chasing me. Come here. Come on. Come here, piggy. Oh, gosh, you're being such a jerk. Okay, fine. Oh, ow. Are you getting in? Yes, finally. Okay. So, don't think that this pig is, going to just bleed to death or something like that. Actually, they slowly regenerate their health over time. And because it went down in there, it should mean that I now have at least one, and that's a boar. So that's actually good because the boars will attract the ladies. I just need to progress far enough to be able to feed it and mass produce it. Oh, looks like we also have a mine over here with silver in it. Oh, this is fantastic. But this is where I've decided to base, at least temporarily, in this little alcove. I just kind of made a little dirt spot. Speaking of, I should probably put a marker on my map. There we go. I've called it Temp Home. And in fact, I'm going to pin it just so that I can find it in the future much easier. And it's part of this really lovely kind of like limestone area, if you will. And I'm thinking I might be able to incorporate this into like a windmill setup up tops because it's much higher. Oh, hello, food. Plus, I also found plenty of just points of interest nearby. If you look down here, there seems to be some large caverns below, and this is always a positive in my mind. I also don't see my gear going the wrong way, so that's encouraging. Oh, and there's goats nearby too. Look at these little guys. So cute. Maybe I can domesticate them. Maybe. I don't know. Oh. But also with high heights comes long falls. So, at the very least, I might be able to get a little bit of materials off it. Yep, a small rawhide and a little bit of red meat. And it looks like upon coming back here, I don't have enough space, or, well, I don't have enough firewood, so I'm going to need to do a little bit of chopping. And as I have a bone in my inventory from that little valet that ended up falling to its demise, I can now make a bone-handled shovel, which, or not shovel, but an axe. Actually, this is a shovel, isn't it? I'll save that for future me. I need an axe head. There we go. That should make this axe a little bit more durable. Oop, and I need to go do a little bit of a chopping. That tree looks like it would be very nice turned into firewood. Doesn't have a lot of leaves on it. Has a lot of wood. And I don't think that it's got any resin on it. If it did, that would actually be even better, but it does not. So I'm going to start doing a chop on this tree. Oh, and there we go. There's quite a big chunk of tree that came down with that one. And here's the beauty of it. If it would have been too much for this flint axe to have finished... Oh, I think I see more piggies. Then I might have been... It instantly would have started using the next axe that I had already with me. Oh, and I got a pine seed, which means I can replant this for future me to chop down again. And it looks like there's a piglet and a mama right there. So if those end up getting lured into the pit with the boar, just from him being like all attractive and stuff, then that would mean that when one of them grows up, I would have access to even more. And this looks interesting to me. I'm curious. There's any goodies? Oh, is that a light source down there? Hello? I can still get out. Okay, good. Oh, it looks like it goes up to the top. Oh wow. That's... Ah, gosh. Oh, that startled me. Okay, not expecting the drifters quite so soon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not a surface drifter as well. I think that might be a deep drifter. He's a bit more brown than the others. I don't know if he's going to follow me all the way out. And I say he, but they're it's, really. And let's grab my shield as I run past him to grab this. Oh. He actually turned around and was like, nope, I'm noping out. I can't say I blame him. I'm a little faster than he is. Ow! But he can throw stones. Ouch! And he can swing his arm and hit me really hard. Which is much more effective than a lot of my tools, actually, that I have at the moment. But yeah, dead deep drifter. Didn't have any good loot on him, but that's a sample of some of the things you could find. The deeper you go, the more dangerous they are. Okay, here I am back in here. This stuff's still fresh, so I haven't lost it yet. And I can put some in here. It's cold, so I just need to sneak and right-click with my torch in order to relight it. There we go. And I've got a little bit more food that I can also eat. Heal up a little faster. And here's something to be aware of, is that the rawhides here, they will start rotting after a few days. So you need to treat them in some way for them to last. Or, like I did here, you can just take some of the fat that you may get from the drops of some of these creatures, especially pigs. They were really good for it. And you use that fat, you just craft it in a crafting grid and it turns into this. And after a while, it will turn into a pelt, which then I can use to upgrade my hand baskets into something much better. As well as maybe even get myself some armor. So that is our base. Pretty much bottom middle. And at least at the moment. It's not much, but it's my home. And I now need to see if I can find some clay. Clay is going to be really important for me to make better storage, tool molds, and all sorts of different, well, stuff. Maybe along my route I'll be able to find a few, fortunate items, like high fertility soil. This is a great starting item for putting your farming seeds on. Medium fertility is usually more than enough, but yeah, this is great. I'm bringing this with me. So it's a good thing that there are a lot of flint bits area around here, because there's also a lot of pigs, and that's going to be my main food source for a bit, as well as I need the fat to make myself a more permanent light source later on, but that's only after I find some clay. In the meantime though, let's see if I can actually catch this one. Got it. Okay. Also, I found some berries. That's a bonus find. Sadly, though, I'm in the middle of a small forest, which could mean that there are wolves and or bears nearby, and I'm not too fond of that, actually. So I'm going to get out of this forest as soon as possible. All the while looking for copper deposits on the surface, sort of like that flint there, as well as, just other things that might be of note, like clay. Oh, or even better, flax. And, we've got some peat. Okay, this is actually really good. So this flax is at stage 8 of 9. Yeah, there's a chance I don't get any, but I'm still going to try it. Let's see. This is 8 of 9. There we go. I at least got the seeds. That's the important part. 6 of 9, 6 of 9. There's a chance I could get it, but it's really low, and I'm already bad at getting seeds, so I'm not going to bother with that. But this peat, it's as good as wood, more or less. Excellent for just kind of burning, at least in this game. Can't say that it's ideal for burning IRL, because, carbon emissions and all that stuff. But here it is. I'm just getting myself a whole bunch of free burning material that can burn at a higher temperature than wood. And as that finished up my my shovel, I think that that's probably a good point to stop. Looks like they only have stack size 32, which isn't that much really. That startled me. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a really big wolf, but no, thank goodness, it's a moose. Which could also mean good eats, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good right now. I've got 6 more raw red meat, got a bunch of cooked meat here, and a bunch on the fire back at home. So I think I'll be alright for a little bit. And here we have a little ruin. It's not much of one, and probably best dug up by a shovel. So for now, because I don't really want to spend a lot of time on it, oh, poor thing. Here, let me see if this will help you get out of there, little bun. But I still need to find some clay somewhere, and I really don't want to go that far for it. Wow, it's a bit scary out. Looks like I found another ruin. This one's slightly submerged in a little bit of water. It's actually got a little bit of a square area to work with, too. Oh, and some more turnips. As I've already got a bunch of these, this is going to be good for me, and they're easy enough to grow that I might be able to get some growing this year and harvest a bunch. Then mix them with a bunch of the different foods that I have. That's a wolf in a cooking pot. Okay, I gotta go. Gotta go. Where'd it go? Did it follow? I don't think that it actually aggroed. I think it stayed there. Okay, I'm not going towards that forest. I'm going to continue walking around in these plains areas, hoping for a little bit of land variance so that I can see the edges and maybe find some clay that isn't being protected by wolves. Shoot, that's a puppy. That means there's a mama wolf nearby too. I need to go. Look out, bunnies, coming through. Every hunter for himself. Oh! Oh! Hey! Look at this! I actually found some and it's getting dark. I didn't even think that I would find any. Okay, I'm pretty happy about this. Alright, now I'm going to start digging up a bunch of clay. Because I'm going to need probably maybe 2 stacks of it would be ideal. So I think when I'm done getting a couple stacks, probably just ditch the shovel that I currently have, which will probably be mostly dead. And then head back to base so that I can start making some of the gear that I'm going to be needing to progress. Alright, and I'm going to leave that shovel here, actually. I think I've got as much as I want. I've left 1 piece of clay there that was a little too much. And I've got a couple stacks. So now I just need to head back to base, which, oh, that's much farther than I thought it would be. So, eesh. Finally, I'm home. Oh, that's much better. Didn't I get a bunch of logs? I did, which means I think I can actually make a crude door as well with some of the sticks I have. Yes, yes I can. And in fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Put down a door right now, and I might do the same at the back. Just to keep out any intruders and give myself a little bit easier way of getting in and out of base. Alright, so let's put in a little bit of this peat and actually get that going, because I want this to be cooked. I don't want the meat to go off, and it doesn't last very long. It's like 25 seconds as compared to like firewood, which actually I should make some of that as well. Let me grab my axe, and then I can put this here. Oh, that's only 24 seconds as well. Okay. I guess that lasts longer, but I do have some now. So if I need a little bit more firewood, I can do that. Actually, I don't like that there. Let's put it over here. There we go. And then I can put my tool down there, along with my knife, which is Control-Shift, right-click against the surface. But if it's too long of a tool, like a spear, it won't work against a single block. It'll work against double high blocks, though, like that. So I can always put a couple spears there, save myself a little bit of inventory space. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of organize my stuff right now for a moment. Then I'm going to break my torch that's on the wall, put up another torch. I think I actually need to put that dirt back, the back wall, just to keep the drifters out for now. This actually will generate a room. You notice it got really quiet. You don't hear the rain anymore because it's an enclosed space. If I go outside, the rain returns. It's really nice, being able to recognize that I'm in an enclosed room now. I'm gonna start trying to make myself some clay items. Let's see, things I'm gonna need. A cooking pot, that's important. Also, what I'm going to need is going to be some bowls. I'm going to need more than one, so I might as well make 4. Then I'm going to need a crucible so that I can smelt tools or smelt nuggets and things like that into metals and materials. Then I'm going to need to be able to pour those things, like a hammer. That's important. You're going to need a hammer to break open nuggets and ores that you find in the world. Then I'm going to also need a pickaxe so that I can mine stone. Oh, so that's quite a bit. That's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I could cut it down to like 3 or 4 pit kilns. We'll see. We'll see. For now, though, I'm going to end up doing a bit of this. So if you want to know how to actually do this, you press F, and I'm actually holding Alt so that the screen doesn't move, otherwise you move the entire screen. But I find holding Alt down holds the screen still, then you can choose the size that you're wanting to use. In this case, I usually just overfill with what I have at hand, and then I start backing out once I have it set where I want. Like, I'll just do a little bit like this, and then I'll come back around with the single and cut out these extra bits that aren't needed. There we go, I now have a pickaxe mold. Now if you want, you can actually press this and duplicate the entire layer, and it'll just go a little bit at a time, doing exactly what you just did on the layer below. Now in this case, let's see, is it here? Nope, it is not, it's there. So I can just kind of notch out some of these extra bits, then with the bigger one, I can take out a bunch more. There we go, hammer mold done. Sometimes it's quicker to fill in and just void out the center than it is to do what the previous level layer was. And there we go, a raw crucible as well. And there we have a cooking pot, and now just for the bowls, which is probably one of the easiest ones to do. And there we go. Strangely, the bowls are always the one that just pops up off the ground. So everything else, you can, well, I guess you can pick up all these items, but I can't pick up the cooking pot for some reason. I think that's kind of a bug or something. But anyway, if I bring this up, I've got all these items that are ready to cook. Let's actually put them in here for now, I think. Now I'm going to need a lot of materials for this. In fact, I'm going to need a lot of grass. So what I can do is cook a crucible, a cooking pot, and two raw bowls all in the same pit because they take up just a quarter of a block face. And then these two molds will take up an entire pit themselves. So I think I can get away with 3, which means a lot of grass, a lot of sticks, and a few logs, which I already have the logs set up. I just need to turn them into firewood. So I think it'll just be an outing of a bunch of grass and stick harvesting. But let's see, it's 3:50 in the morning. Let me have a sleep. Maybe I can get out early and get some of these materials. Oh, I just heard that piggy. So if you recall, early on, just breaking a bunch of these, I will eventually get some leaves. Now, sticks. But if I use an axe, it's going to be a bunch faster. Now, I do need to find ones that aren't leaves. They're like the sticky ones, but I just didn't like those there. Is there a bunch down there? Oh, this is great. Our piggies are coming along quite nicely. And in fact, I think I can get a little bit of the logs from this tree. I might just trim the entire thing out. And once you've trimmed off all the leaves of a tree, chopping the tree itself is actually much quicker because the leaves are considered part of the chopping process. And with that, I think I finished grabbing all of the seeds that I need, or not seeds, sticks that I need. I'm saying seeds because I'm planting a bunch. Now I just need to start harvesting a whole lot of grass. Sadly, I don't have a scythe yet. That would be a quick time saver, but in this case I just can use a knife, and it's not too bad. And that is not a good sign. Yes, it's right in front of my house, and this is a rift. If you haven't seen one before, they're not something that you really want to stay around. The pigs obviously are not very happy about it. Neither am I. That's basically a mob spawner, and as long as the light levels hold up, it shouldn't spawn anything, but I don't know how it does in overcast conditions. Either way, I'm not going to stick around to find out. So what I need is an area that I can start making, well, divots into the earth. Reason being is this is going to be my, well, area that I will be making pit kilns. And the thing with the pit kilns is that they burn, and they're susceptible to rain, which can fall in on them and put them out. So you need to give them a cover. There we go. And then you need to make sure that they also have flammable items in the area removed, or else you may start a very large forest fire. Now I'm not exactly sure how far from the source block. I think it's like a 5x5 area, but I don't know if that's centered on the pit kiln block itself, or if it's above it where the fire is. Either way, I'm going to take some extra precautions and clear out any kind of grass from the nearby area in hopes that it doesn't regenerate and cause issue. Okay, that should be good. Now I just need to go and get the items for the pit kilning. So I'm going to leave 2 raw bowls here because I'm only going to be having 3 pit kilns going at the moment, just so that I don't have to spend all day getting these materials and I can actually get this started. Let's put down the raw crucible, then I need to put down a bowl with it for eating. Then I've got a couple of food bowls. One is to eat with, the other one is for a permanent light source that can actually withstand getting soaked by water, which is kind of important for me. Now, with all those down, I just need to take a whole bunch of dry grass and put it in place. Hopefully I've got enough for all 3 of them. I'm just sneak right clicking with the dry grass. There we go, and I've got a little bit left over, that's fine. On top of that, I need sticks. I've got them already on my hotbar. 8 per should do it. And then I just need some firewood, which I don't have. I currently don't have an axe because I broke my last one. There we go, and I just need 4 per fire pit, so I think that'll do just fine. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that finishes it. Then you just need to light them. And then all is good and done in the world. Burn! Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. I'm trying to light this on fire and grass is growing in this place. Get out of here. So just to be safe, I'm going to take some of these stones and I'm going to place them in here. Let's get this shield off my hotbar so it gets out of my face as well. And I'll put a few out front just to stop this from spreading quite so easily. I've got plenty more stones that I've been picking up just in case I need to throw things at drifters earlier. Plus, it's lime, so I mean that's going to be useful later on. There we go. That should be a good start for keeping grass from growing in here. I realize that you could probably just break the dirt, turn it compact or something like that, but I think this will work. And that'll take a good 24 hours or more. I probably should have used my peat to make that pit kiln even faster. But if you don't have any peat, then that is definitely a good way to go, is with the wood. But yeah, this will definitely speed it up. Take maybe like a 3/4 of the time or something. And there you have it, another episode of Vintage Story Unearthed 119. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Please visit our second YouTube channel, Mischief of Mice 2, where we also upload our VODs from our Twitch streams that we do regularly, including some Vintage Story live streams that we do on our own supporter server that you can also support as well, just by being a patron or a subscriber on Twitch. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to tune in next time, and until then, I'll see ya.